Good evening, everyone. Thank you all for coming. My name is Rabiu Quadri. Um, should I say, okay, an ESCO member of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Um, Tonight, I'll be sharing with us my NYC year, but bearing under the particular title that you can see on our screen, which is maximizing your NYC year, which is the theme of this particular webinar session. So the part that I'll be taking is what you can see to me, that you can see on my screen. So today we're looking at making your service significant and creating measurable impact for recognition. What I will do with us at this particular hour. Okay, and as you can see, my name is Rabiu Quadri, and then should I say I'm happy and then I'm opportune that I received the Vice Presidential Award as given by the Nysc outstanding performer during their service year. So I was one of the 200 presidential awardees that was awarded earlier this year, July 29, 25. So today I'll be taking us through how I spend my service year and then how we can actually key into this particular topic that has been given to me by the organizer. So as you can see, the topic is maximizing your NYC year, while my own arms of this particular webinar topic is making the service significant, measurable impact for recognition. All right, so now this is the NYC year. Just like as for those of us that have been following since on Monday that the session have started, this has actually been said already. It is just a kind of a reminder to everyone. So we have the four cardinal points of NYC. We have the 3 weeks orientation camp. We have the phase of primary assignment, which is known as PPA. We have the community development service, which is CDS. We have the passing out parade, which is POP. So that is what these are the four cardinal points of NYC, and that is where I'll be basing my discussion on, and I want all to please follow me as we go on to this journey. Thank you. So now, the 3 weeks will also give a personal theme to each of the sections. The theme impact begins from orientation camp. And now, as it stands today, today being the 24th of September 2025, the batch B stream 2, 25 by 6 stream 2 core members are majority of them are on their way to their respective orientation camp to go for their orientation camp course at respective orientation camp nationwide. So now all of them are going now and then they'll be facing orientation camp. So I've been told that majority of our audience are people who are just about to start their service, those that have started their service. So for those that have started their service, this particular session may not be to us, but for those of us that are just about to start, kindly listen carefully. So now, I said impact begins from orientation camp. As a core member who is about to start this service, or somebody that is going to go and start your service, do not think that it is until when you finish when you go to your place of primary assignment, that is when you start your service. But I tell you for a fact that your service begin from your orientation. So I give all this highlight of how we should do. But so the first I said, attend all lectures and event meetings at your disposal. This is one of the things that people want to shy away from. People don't want everybody says that camp is very hard, and if you even heard that they say camp is hard, camp is hard. But I tell you for a fact, personally, I think camp is actually very interesting and enjoyable. Only if you actually take it the way it is. So one of those things that people don't want is they don't want to attend lectures, they don't want to go for all the respective programs that has been outlined for us to actually benefit, which will shape us to become a better version of ourselves when we go out there as a core member who is representing the Republic of Nigeria. So now, number one is that we should attend all lectures and events that we look at. let's make sure that you attend all lectures. Lectures are always between 9 a.m. till 2 p.m. Between 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. you go. Those are more like a social activities or other relative things that we do. So number two is engage in social events that suit your needs. For those of us that we find ourselves on campus, and there are different kinds of social events that we have games, we have social night whereby there will be different forms of activity. Anyone that actually gets to do that you feel like it is okay by you, kindly engage with them. They are part of why are on camp. Volunteer for camp activities. Yes, they will call for volunteers. Okay, we want to do so event. We need 10 core members that can help us to plan it. As a core member, try and be involved. Be involved. Make your impact. Just like I said, impact begins from orientation camp. So make your impact as much as you can. So now going forward, they said be active at side classes. Side stands for skill acquisition and entrepreneur development. So for those that have always heard those like side class, yes, side class is the place where each particular core member is being posted to, is being given the chance to choose any of the skill acquisition that is available. We have fishery, we have shoemaking, we have bead, we have bag making, we have tailoring. All of these are skill acquisition classes that each core member is just as we know that the particular country that we are now we are shipping towards whereby skills development is actually more relevant to the society that we found ourselves. So NYC scheme has made it easy, made it possible for each core member to choose any of their choice, become better version of themselves and become reliable, self-reliant in their servicing. They have made meaningful relationships. This is one of the interesting parts of 3 weeks orientation camp. You have roommate, you have bunk mate, you have platoon mate, you have different mates that you have there. So make sure that give out, you make a lot of relationships that you do well to yourself. So be active in your platoon. This is one of the most important things that I have always called for during my service here. That yes, be active in your platoon. Do not just be the backseater. Do not just be the one that does not talk. That active, engage in whatever is in the platoon. There will be time for you to actually make decisions for a particular program. There will be time for cultural programs. Be part of those that actually bring something. Part of those that actually make decisions happen in the platoon. Don't just be those bench woman, those that just silent. Involve, be involved. Whatever you say, when it is being characterized, you just take it as part of your knowledge and then use it to become a better person. And the last one says join CDS group that aligns with your standard. Yes, there will be availability of you to join CDS group. So which is what is one of the highlights of our discussion. Still so you have the chance and opportunity to actually join CDM groups like we have Red Cross, we have SDG, we have MDG, we have um okay, we have a lot of them that you can actually join. Why? Because when you join them from camp, those they will give you what we call a posting letter, recommendation letter that you can actually take to your respective local government that they will make them give you the same CDM that you have actually joined while you are on camp. So the second one is the place of primary assignment is BP. So I call this thing play active goals active at not just yeah, okay. They have told me to come and serve here. This is where I'm serving for the day. Just come and do my work and leave. Like which is the mentality that the majority of core members want to uphold and not the best way to actually get things done. So let's look at the highlight that I get to this. So number one, discharge your primary duties with a particular place. Discharge it with the very home of your duty. There is a reason why you have been posted, which is why you have been called the best person that the duty has been given to you. Make sure you discharge it with the best of your ability. Okay, you have been posted to school. You are told to teach two particular subjects. Teach those subjects to the best of your ability. You have been posted to a company whereby you have been at the reception and also monitor itinerary of boss. Make sure you do that with the best ability. Because you don't know who's actually watching. You don't know who is actually watching. What is expected that you do this with the future. So number two, I say engage in activities that will contribute to the development of the company. There are likely activities that will be happening in the company that they will want somebody to actually at this and try and tell them if you can actually do it. They are doing a particular activities and they feel like yes, you can actually join them for it and then join them. It's actually very good for it to become a The third one says volunteer for yes, volunteer for what? They say for instance committee, examination committee, or because those are part of to actually cultivate some skills that would come self-reliant and really. So the last one is be an exemplary to other core members. Let them use let other people use you as an exemplary to others. Let them use it as a point of reference, rather. Let them use it as a point of reference. Okay, you do not know this particular company. It's very hardworking. It's very doing is that he does his work well, he doesn't complain, make sure that he does every of the things. This is what we should do. Do not just go to your device, okay, today I'm not having any work to do. Let me just sit down and then you see different opportunities, you see different activities that needs your input, and you're like, okay, no, that is not what I meant. I meant to just do this, and then that is actually not a way. So let's move on to it. So just like I said, play actively at your place of my assignment. So now we go to the third one, which is the community development service, which is CDS. My CDS is divided into two, which is what? Community development service is more like a way whereby core members give back to the society, give back to the host community. How do we go about this? You, for a group, put yourself in a particular group and then you find a way of doing something that. So now, first one to it is that join CDS group that aligns with your standard. This is actually, how will I say, this would have been done during your orientation campaign that I mentioned earlier. You would have been able to do it during your orientation campus. But if I venture, you are not able to join the CDS, then try your best. That the ones that you have been put to join, once the CDS that you have been put in charge, try your best to actually join them and then do whatever is expected. For those of us who have studied our NYC, still have 6 months or 3 months for us to complete our service, you have not been active at your CDS. This is the opportunity. I'm saying to you now that if you are active, there are skills that you gain from there that you will not even know that they're actually important to you until when you finish your service, when you start like bringing out those skills, you're asking yourself, what did I cultivate this particular skills for? And you see that yes, they're actually the skills that you cultivate CDS days. So now attend CDS group meeting regularly. Regularly. CDS group happens once in a week. Just as you know that as core members, we are only allowed to go to our place of primary assignment just at most 4 times in a week, which is what excluding the day that your CDS day. So all schools know, all companies know that as a core member, you have to attend your CDS weekly. So we have core members that would not go for CDS weekly. This is not actually a good one. Less and actually go for CDS regularly. And then when we now go for our CDS regular, what do we do? Contribute to activity. Yes. Okay, they are talking about planning a particular program. During them to plan the program, they are talking about the fact that they want to go for one particular outreach. You know that this is actually your field. During them say things that will actually bring solutions to what is being discussed, which we endeavor by the particular aims of whatever they want to achieve to become much more better. So the last one, volunteer for leadership roles. This is very, very important. Let's volunteer. Um, okay, you feel like, oh, man, I don't like to lead people. I don't like. Yes, even being a leader does not mean that you have to at the ends of affairs at all times. Sometimes leaders are listeners. As a leader, you can be a listener, the one that listen to people that get their feedback and that to be able to become much more better of yourself. So when you are one of those that are leading, you be part of those that will make the decision for people. So with that, you also see yourself as one of those that are in charge to actually do better things in the host community. Now, for the group CDS, there will be chance. It is more like it's compulsory, and for every batch, a particular group, you must do a particular project. In terms of outreach, in terms of campaign, we are now just like there is rainy season. So your CDS group can actually thought that yes, you want to make society. So just these are things that CDS group can actually do. So be an active member of your CDS group. So now, and one of the major highlights of our discussion today, the personal CDS. I said steps to execute a personal CDS project. So this is one of the most important things that are not relatively important. Why do I say that? Because this particular page is more like one of the voluntary part of what I will be discussing tonight. Personal CDS project is a way whereby a core member take it upon his or herself to do a project to the community where it's actually serving. That is, person find a way of contributing back to society that has outstanding the person. So I call this thing that make a lasting mark in your community. So how do we do a personal project, which is what I'll discuss? One of those things that would put you out there for people to see that yes, this particular person is actually a distinctive core member of the federal economic area. So number one is meet your schedule officer to discuss your plan. When you have seen your own community in this community that I am serving, there's a particular thing that is actually lacking. Okay, they do not have water, they don't have water. Okay, the road is actually bad. For the school I'm actually have, they are being posted to, there are things that needs to be provided in the school. You have seen yourself as someone that can actually bring a change to that particular place. After you have thought about it very well, come up with a plan with yourself. After you have been able to execute, be able to think about the plan, then you go to your schedule officer. The schedule officer are the ones that are in charge of particular situation in every Nysc state. Meet your schedule officer, discuss your plan with him or her. When you discuss your plan with him or her, he or she will be able to advise you further on what you need to do. Then after you have been able to do that, the schedule officer will tell you to what to make a proposal. So you construct a proposal that address the need of your so they are going to consider your proposal. The proposal will include the what you want to do and the objectives or the aims and objectives of that particular project that you want to carry out. And lastly, it's going to include the likely benefits or what will be the effect of the project that you want to carry out and how it's going to bring a change to your host community. What proposal will actually include. You submit the proposal for approval. When you are submitting the proposal will have to go to the NYSC state coordinator of the state you are serving. It's going to go to four different people. To go to your schedule officer, go through your local government inspector, is the person who is the LGI of your, and after that, it's going to go to your zonal inspector, and I going to now get to the state coordinator. each and every one of these officers will assess the proposal and they will make changes as they approve those projects. As the proposal is being sent from that one office to the other, each one of them will make their approval. Okay, this particular thing, I will do this project. This particular thing has to be taken has to be addressed. So they will give you extensive analysis of how you can actually achieve that from the proposal. So after you have approved my proposal, then you can actually go on to start making development on the project. So you have to give interval reports to your schedule officer and your local government inspector. So as you are going about the project, report monthly, weekly, bi-monthly, so that fortnightly, so that your schedule officer can actually be updated of what you are doing on this, because eventually they will also come to a site seeing of the project you are doing. Let's say for instance, maybe I'm trying to build a classroom for your for the school where you have been posted to. So the what is called come and say, okay, is at the foundation level, is at the constructing level, is at the roofing level. So they will come at it, and as they are doing it, you also be sent the can. So upon the completion of the project, you submit a full detailed report of how the project started, how it ended. And once the report has actually been approved and accepted, the project will be launched by NC. So the last part of it, which is the passing out our parade. So I said parade rehearsals are conducted in readiness for the passing out ceremony, which is usually presided by the executive governor. So it used to be in the past that yes, there's always personal parade like that, which is the fourth cardinal point of NYC. But I, now what we see is just low key personal parade, whereby just like four or five local governments report together at a particular local government and the state coordinator will send a particular delegate and pass out connect, receive their certificate of national service completion of your month NYC. So this is actually, but on this day, something special because that state honors award. So how do we get this award? How do one get to that state whereby you recognize to actually get the state honors award? Then yes now. So now as you can see, these are the list of awards and recognition wise. As far as anyone, these are more like unofficial and official. I would actually, what do I mean by unofficial? Okay, as you can see on our screen, there we have five list of can be termed as an unofficial one. IC. But for somebody who has actually performed cognition, what do I mean? The first one is an accent. For somebody who has distinctive assignment that the person work can actually take it person doing your service, you were great, front of the company, you were able to because one of the best performance or one of the like only if somebody is able to. Community impact recognition. Community can actually take it upon themselves. Like, okay, we want to like give this person um a recognition. Want to recognize this person for outstanding performance, but its contribution to our community, the and a recognition. So now those first two that we see, they are more like I would like to say unofficial award and recognition. It's not happens, it actually exists. I just have to put it there. Actually. So now let's now go to the ones that are officially. The first one is local government honors award. So the local government that someone serves, somebody who has actually become a very good person, which can actually be given. So you have the state honor. So now let's now look at how this works. For somebody to actually qualify for this honors award that is on our screen, the person have done everything that I've mentioned, starting from the first cardinal point of NYC, having a great orientation campus. The person must have contributed immensely to the campus. Maybe the person was a platoon leader, maybe the person was one of the three officers. We have those known as great officers that helps in coordinating the affairs of the state. We call them the core camp director. That is, they are the director of core members on camp. The opportunity to be one of these people, you have also contributed immensely. So, or maybe for instance, during the time that you were there, when you were on the at the occupation camp, you actually helped your platoon in games, competitions were brought. So you have led an active role during your competition actually counts. Number two is place of formal assignment. If you are able to contribute immensely, maybe you built something for them at your place of formal assignment, you did this for them at your place of formal assignment, they would actually look at that. Because of that, can actually give you a mark on the scale. So going forward, which is the third one, which is the community development service. In your group CDS, who are you? You are one of those active members. You might not even be a leader, you might not even be one of the executive, you can be one of the active member of your CDS group. And then like people know that yes, when this particular person is around, this person will always call, this will always even any day that you are even absent from the CDS, they will know that yes, so person is actually now. It doesn't mean about it's not about you always talking, but because the contribution that you made in terms of conversation, whether on the always developmental focus, because of that, a person, somebody to qualify for this particular honors must do a personal CDS. If I haven't been able to do everything that we have mentioned, that do not do a personal CDS, you may not qualify recognition as otherwise is concerned. So now, how does it work? The way it works is that the four cardinal points of NYC assess. They will take a core member, they will say, okay, this particular person, this orientation course, how did he perform? He performed well. This particular person at this place of formal assignment, he did well, he contributed his tip. This particular person, CDS group was good, he did this, serve as this. This particular person did a personal CDS play that contributed to the life of the community. Ticked. All of these things will be looked at before the person can actually be given chance to actually contract. So when you have done next service here, then you will get what we call local government honors award. You are being recognized for actually do that. You have after you have been awarded at a local government, because this award is more like a stage-wise award. In your local government, you might be four or five people that actually participate, that did all of you, and afterwards, then you go straight to state honors awards. So your local government inspector will send your name across the secretariat that yes, this particular social core member has done well. This particular social core member has been able to do this and do that. The person will now be sent to receive the state honors award. How does the state honors award comes by? The state honors award is being given by the executive group of the state. Likewise, the local government honors award is given by the executive local government of that particular local government area that you are serving. So you will get a signal, a certificate that will state that yes, this person has received the state honor award. It should be signed by the executive government. And that may actually come with lots and lots of benefits in terms of employment opportunities, in terms of scholarship opportunities that given such distinguished corps member. And the last one is now the Presidential Honors Award. Presidential Honors Award comes after all of these have actually been done. And one and only thing to actually get the Presidential Honors Award that I've not been mentioned is that such a corps member must have not done what we call relocation. Say for instance, yeah, you were posted to Taraba State. Maybe you are coming from Enugu State. And when you were posted to Taraba State, you went for education camp. And as a matter of fact, you feel like, okay, I'm not staying there. You now get back to another state. The minute you do that, that takes you away from getting the opportunity to become an honors award winner. So, because why? The feel like for somebody who needs to be recognized as a president and honors award winner, for somebody who must have been posted to a different environment from where he or she must have grown up from, and the person was still able to actually impact that particular society that he or she has met with herself. Even despite the fact that it's a new environment, the person is able to do it to actually contribute immensely. So that is that about the five recognition for honest award. Now let me now put in my own personal experience to this. Okay, let me start from my orientation campus. For my orientation campus, I I was posted to River State. The name of our campus is Norman Bantai NYC as orientation campus. So when I got to my orientation campus, I made sure that I wasn't a silent learner. I was not always a silent learner, but when I got there, I saw that yes, it's an avenue for me to actually contribute immensely to what I've actually been doing. And then I was able to contribute very well, and it was actually very, very so during my orientation camp, I was able to engage. I represented my platoon in debate competition. I represented my platoon in debate competition. I also represented in games because I'm an athlete, so I ran for my platoon. I also played ball for my platoon too. I was a goalkeeper. Then although we didn't win the competition, but we tried our best. So all of this they actually contributed to them, and I also volunteer for some social studies and activities that I did. Um, so that is that about my education campus. For my place of primary assignment, my place of primary assignment, I was posted to the but it was not that uh, how would I say social uh, standard place. So I was I'm a computer person. I was actually like computer school. Uh, was chairman my city. As a result of that, I was able to do a lot of things for outreach, for community development.
Hi, Mr. Quadri. Can you hear me? Okay, so I feel that you're having a bit of a network challenge from your end, but I think we can still understand a few things from your slides, and we're picking a lot of things from everything that you've said. I just want to confirm if you can hear me. We have a question in the comments. Probably we can just take that question and then we can move to the next session for tonight. You can kindly confirm if you can hear me, sir. Hello, Mr. Quadri. Your mic is muted. Kindly unmute your mic.
All right.
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay, since when has my mic been muted? Please. Was that recent?
Let's say yeah, it's very recent, probably for like 1 minute or two. But even
Okay.
even at that, the session has been going back and forth because of the network, I feel, from your end. But then we are still able to get most of the things that you've said. So I think you can just take. I think we have a question in the
Yes, I think I
in
have a
the
question.
comment for you.
Yes, comment.
Yeah,
Yes.
we can just take
It
that
said,
question and probably move to
all
the
right,
next session, sir.
all right, no problem. They said, I have a question. What if one is a city and a people that doesn't know much? How can one go about the personal CDS, not the community for that matter? Okay, I guess one. Hello, Satoshi.
Yes, go ahead, sir. We can
Okay,
hear you. You can just go ahead.
yes, all right. Yes, what if I understood this question correctly? And then what Valentine is trying to say, and you were also posted to a particular a company that does not need much of your activity. Yes, it actually happened. And then I think I met with one person like that. The person was posted to an insurance firm, and what he or she had to do was just to just confirm it, and that was all. So, but even despite that, the person was able to do well and see that what can what is this particular company actually lacking? What, and he was able to build a system format for them whereby they can actually use that to confirm data much more easier than the way it used to. Not only that, the person also went to his host community because the community was more like a city, like it's like a city, right? But he saw that there were gaps in the aspect of trying to reach out to community leaders. There was a gap between the community leaders and the community. Because of that, he created the avenue whereby they can actually host community meetings did a lot of things, met with the local government chairman of that particular state, and they something that was able to enhance communication between the community members and also the community leaders. And not only that, you can also look forward to, like, okay, this is my community. I like it. They might actually be, maybe it could be street light, it could be that students are not going to school. It could be campaign. Okay, say for instance, campaign. No, people actually involved in campaign. Okay, all these voice child trying to campaign for using of pad. There's something that one can actually engage in that can give someone one kind of time. Then if they are if they if you want for that information, you can always reach out to the organizer. They can always share you my contact. You can actually talk about that. On the last note, this will be my final remarks. I would say the National Youth Service Corps here is a pivotal moment in a young person's life. It's a time for personal growth. Yes, you have growth personally.
All right. So we are very sorry once again, everybody, for the network issues that we have tonight. It's not our fault. If you agree with us, sometimes this country can happen to anybody, no matter what. Okay, so we apologize for the network issue from our end. So we're going to be moving into the next session now. All right. So just hold on, guys, and check your group. We're going to drop the new link for the second session so that you can join the broadcast back. Okay, so our speaker for the second session is ready. Just within 2 to 3 minutes, we are going to send you the link to join the second session. And then we're going to have the second part of this webinar for the day. So thank you so much and see you in a minute.